welcome to my channel. My name is Estefania and I'm an illustrator from Quito, Ecuador. So I do videos about illustration, creativity and craft. If you want to check them out, you can see my channel. Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to present some books that I bought on the FILBo, which is the International Book Fair of Bogota, because I was there last week and there was also like an illustration congress, so it was really cool. So, okay, let's start this. This book, so it's Atlas Americano by Sol Undurraga and Mujer Gallina, which is the same person. Mujer Gallina, the translation in Spanish is Chicken Woman, and yeah, so she is from Chile and is from Editorial Amanuta. I'm not sure if there is a translation, like there are other editorials in English or other languages, and the ones that made the text or like the research were Aleksandra Vega and Natalie Guerra. So I didn't buy this actually in the fair. I bought it in like the center of Bogota. There is like this cultural center from Fondo de Cultura Económica. Fondo de Cultura Económica is an editorial house that also has bookshops, and there's also Fondo de Cultura Económica here in Quito, but I'm so bad quiteña that I haven't been there because I heard that it's really nice and it's wonderful, but yeah, I haven't gone here. But there, the bookshop is called Centro Literario Gabriel García Márquez, and it's really beautiful. It's like a round building, and in the center there is like a fountain, so it's full of books. It's amazing. So some of the books that I'm going to show you I bought there and not just at the fair. So yeah, I bought this one, and actually Sol Undurraga, she was part of the workshops and the congress that I attend, and it was really cool because I took one of her workshops, which was like an imaginary cartography, so more or less we knew kind of her process with this, but not really, because actually she told us that this book took her 3 years because it has like, besides working and drawing, the information has to go back and forward and editing and a lot of research, so it's a very long process and very stressful as well. Yeah, so here it's like sign, yeah. So Estefanía, fue bacán haberte tenido en este taller. Gracias por tu dedicación y pasión por esto que hacemos. And she said like, oh, this is so cool that you have been in this workshop, and thank you for your dedication and passion for this thing that we do. And she signs like Mujer Gallina, Chicken Woman, and Sol Undurraga. So she's like two personalities or two persons in one. Yeah, and a little dog. That's so cool. So this book was actually inspired in the book Maps. I showed this book before in this channel. So this one, I bought this one in the UK, Maps, and it's by Aleksandra Mizielinská and Mizielinski. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing this right, but it's like different countries around the world, but not all the countries are here. And I thought there was a lot, like a level of research, but here, comparing with this one, you see more elements in Atlas Americano than in here, but still this is amazing. So this one was quite the inspiration for this one. The reason was because they thought like America wasn't that well represented, or like kind of like very well represented, so they wanted to put all the countries from America, the continent, because there's a lot of misunderstanding that America is just the United States, and it's not. It's the whole continent, and North America and South America, they are not two continents, it's just one. So I think the reason they do it is because of that and because they like the aesthetic. But this one, I think it has a little bit more of research, because for example, in my country, Ecuador, okay, so they have several personalities and kind of funny things as well. Like you see this cow pooping, so it's like, it's not just to be funny, but also it has a background, like there's like deforestation because of farming and other things. And here Dolores Cacuango is famous. Well, is not that famous as she should be, because she was an indigenous woman that fought for the rights of indigenous people in Ecuador, and she was very important for our history, but it's not that well recognized because of racism, and because that part of our history in my country is kind of sad. But that's the thing, that she puts things in her book that are not just the beautiful things or the nice things or the good things, but also the bad things. And because she's from Chile and she told us this, she wanted to put Pinochet and they didn't allow her, but actually she could draw her like in a dog shape, so it's like tiny messages that this book has, because she didn't just wanted to represent like the most amazing and the most expensive or the fanciest or the wonderful things, but also like the real things, what's actually there. So because that make it more truth and honest. Yeah, so this is beautiful. Yeah, this is very cool. Okay, for the next one, I bought this also in Fondo de Cultura Económica in Gabriel García Márquez Centro Literario. This is from Maria Luque. Maria Luque is an Argentinian artist. She has a background of fine arts, but actually right now she's doing graphic novels, and this is amazing. I love her Instagram. You really should check her out. And this was her first book, La mano del pintor. It's like the hand of the painter, and it's about his grandfather, Teodosio. Okay, so Teodosio Luque was the grandfather of Maria Luque, and when he was studying medicine, war just happened in Paraguay, and he had to go to the war, and he eventually shot somebody's hand, which was like a painter, and his name is Cándido López, and he was a painter, so the hand that he uses to paint was the right hand, and it was the one that was shooted. So he started to paint and with his other hand, but I think he shooted because he has to save his life. I'm not quite sure because I haven't read this one yet, but anyway, these are like imaginary, like because Maria thinks that one of Candido's paintings was down her bed, and sometimes she has these visions where Candido visits her like in like a ghost or something, and he starts to tell her stories, and he tells her that she should finish his paintings or like something like that. I'm afraid the paper or the print doesn't make it justice, because I've seen like these kind of little paintings and drawings on her Instagram account, and they are more bright, so it's a little bit more opaque, and that's my only thing that I don't like that much. But in some like these ones, because these are dark colors, when there are lighter colors you can see the image a little bit better. Yeah, okay, so we have this one. I was forgetting that I love her style because she uses color pencils or gouache or markers in a very naive way, and I love it, and it's like visually very attractive to me, where at least I see it, because it's very similar to what I paint, but like not quite the same. Like, yeah, okay, so this is Maria's second book, and it's like it has kind of the same aesthetic of this one, but maybe the colors are a little bit different, or maybe the same. But the story about this one is about, there was a time that she was just taking care of houses because all of her friends were traveling, so she just stayed to water the plants or pay the bills, and she had to live in several parts. So that's the story about, and of course this is shorter, and it's quite also like the same thing with the paper, but here I think it's a little bit brighter. When there are brighter colors is better, so when there is like darker, you cannot appreciate that much the details of this beautiful way she draws. Like you can see it's, well, this is kind of night, but still like you cannot see the details. Yeah, okay, yeah, so that's with these graphic novels. So happy. This other book I bought in the fair in the stand of Portugal, but it was also part of the Centro de Cultura Económica. So yeah, and this one it was a little bit pricey. I didn't remember, it was like 85 or 95,000 pesos. This is O Libro da Maria Frederica by Frederico de Freitas and Madalena Matoso, and this is Planeta Tangerina, and I have like other books from her, from Madalena Matoso. I just picked this book because I love how she uses, this is a portrait, but it's a very simple portrait, but it has a lot of character, and I love that. I really love that. So then actually seeing it, because I thought it was like a picture book that it has a story, but actually it's quite different because it has a CD. Yeah, and this is about different songs, different music that is played by 36 young people from the National Conservatory in Portugal, and you have here like the song and the music, and every page is inspired in the music, and you can hear the page, you can hear the music and read the page. So for example, the first song is Bom Dia, and the song goes with it. So I thought it was amazing, and the music is beautiful. So I think I made a great decision, even though this book was quite pricey. Yeah, so okay, these ones aren't picture books. It's actually some kind of leaflets of from the museums I went to Bogota, and this is from the Museo Colonial, the Colonial Museum, and Museo Santa Clara's museum, which is a church. And I quite like from the Colonial Museum, they have a very beautiful collection of colonial art. Of course, it's a colonial museum, but my city is famous for colonial art, and I remember a lot of things that I was studying in a colonial art class at the university here in Ecuador. And most of, like, Quito was a center of building like sculptures with wood, and it was like a metropolitan city, and the artists from sculpturist artists were very famous from here. So it was like a exportation city of colonial and religious sculptures. So they have a lot of sculptures from Quito, so I really wanted to see that. And they also have like different maps, and like just to remember different, let me see. For example, these little figurines are made in wood, and these are from Quito. So and they also had the furniture. I love the details on the furniture here. And these barigueños is type of like this kind of furniture that has little compartments. I think it's beautiful. Well, we also have here in the Colonial Museum, but anyway, I just wanted to take a souvenir. And I have also this one from the Santa Clara, and it was amazing because normally, like, here the churches in Quito, they amaze you more than there. Like, I don't want to be, you know, cause controversy or something like this, but they were more like plain and flat, just painted with white. But this one was amazing, was beautiful, and has like this kind of pattern on the ceiling. And I tried to photograph it, but because of the lack of light, I couldn't take good photos. So it was something like this, and like this pattern is gorgeous. For some reason, I'm kind of again in love of colonial art and different things that happened around that period of time. Yeah. This other one is also like, I didn't bought this in the fair, I bought it in the Taschen bookshop, and it's in Spanish, and it's from the Javeriana University, Universidad Javeriana, and it's a collection of different paintings and wood press and different illustrations from, I'm not sure if it's the colonial period or more like from the botanical expeditions that were famous in Colombia. So it's kind of, it has that vibe, and these are amazing, 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 amazing. So it's like taking a museum with you. The illustrations are so beautiful, so beautiful. There are several artists, and I think they are different. I think one of the Jose Celestino Muti's illustrations are here, which are famous for because of the botanical expeditions that are that were famous in Colombia. Yeah, so it has also things that were earlier from that period, and I said, okay, this is a must, this is a must. And I think this one was quite similar, the price of the one of the Portuguese, the Portugal book from Planet Tangerina, but I think it was worth it. But I could not, you know, this is very heavy and thick, so I was like, oh my god, I'm not sure if I will be able to carry this on the airplane, but I could. Yeah! Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. So I think I'm going to split this video in two. Shorter is better. And keep looking forward for next week, because I'm going to upload the video for my experience in FILBo, the International Book Fair of Bogota, and also the Illustration Congress, which is like very different from Bologna Children's Book Fair. And yeah, so I think it has a lot of good things that I want to share, and I also am going to make a blog post. This time I'm just going to make it. I'm going to make a blog post for sure, but I cannot post it yet because I have to wait until all the videos are ready. So look forward for it. On the last videos I'm going to put the link, and everything I talk about, all the descriptions are on the box down below. Okay, so have a nice day, night, or day wherever you are, or also a weekend, probably if I'm posting this on a Friday or Saturday. Okay, so see you later. Bye!